What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Have y'all missed me? I got the entire Big Brother community in a little stir crazy. I caused a lot of chaos calling a black dude out for being who he is. It's really interesting. The fact that a guy can go out of his way, ladies and gentlemen, to try to basically assemble the Avengers to go after one black man. It's funny. You can do all of that, and that's fair game. Oh, but if I get the black community to clap back at you, all of a sudden, you get butthurt. All of a sudden, you don't want that smoke. All of a sudden, you act like you're the victim again. You're playing right into my hand. And frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I have taken his infinity stone. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 13th rant of Celebrity Big Brother US Season 2, entitled Something in the Milk, ladies and gentlemen. A quote from Tamar. Now, the whole quote was, "Something in the milk ain't clean." I thought that was just a funny quote. I've never heard that before, ladies and gentlemen. I am your humble host, Dave Smith, Pretty Boy Smitty, Protocol Paul, Pearl Game Ultra, Smith Dog Trill, all of the above on that ISAT test and that ACT. And this is Recency Bias Radio, where no one is safe from criticism, ladies and gentlemen. Last night I did a rant, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe some of you saw it. Maybe some of you didn't. It was called Keep That Same Energy. In that episode, I did what I had to do to regulate in this community. See, when I see a guy who is unoriginal, who is thirsty for clout, who has no real talent, if I'm being completely honest with you, and then he goes out of his way to attack people who are talented in life, I have to put him back in his place, ladies and gentlemen, because it's levels to this shit. See, what a lot of people don't understand, ladies and gentlemen, is for a couple of years, I allowed this dude to be him. And I didn't even have a problem with him because he didn't start copying my rant format yet. I'm talking about Death Row, of course. And see, it's funny because now all of a sudden, he sends all of his little subs, his anti-black coalition. I call them the ABCs. That's a good nickname for them from now on, by the way. I'm just too clever. See, we're going to coin nicknames and start clowning y'all in disguise, and y'all won't even know it. Okay? Oh, and by the way, shout outs to the Mighty Mods. I will be taking questions later tonight. And if anybody is in this chat trying to troll or defend his coon ass, by all means, block them on sight, coach. We are on code. And that is the most beautiful thing about today, ladies and gentlemen. I was at work the majority of this day, and I saw so many black women, so many sisters, so many brothers jump on code together for some. Do you guys realize how hard that is to pull off? I'd argue that is just about as hard to pull off as what Sway Lee pulled off with even having a charity event. I'd argue both of those things have the same degree of difficulty because it's hard to bring people together when you're the black person attempting to do it. Everyone has an excuse not to help you be the ringleader because everyone wants to be the star of the show themselves. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Now, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not really tripping because the clapback was so whack. I expected better from this guy, but at the same time, I didn't because I knew he was just. See, here's the thing. When you're a YouTuber like me who raises the bar so high for black YouTubers that cover Big Brother, then he has to just aim anywhere below that, okay? And see, the bar is set so low for him based off his self-hate that he almost gets away with it. And see, I had white people come in my mentions tell me, "We don't like you because everything is about race with you." No, you don't like me because I know the bullshit you pull. I know the stuff you get away with in everyday life and the stuff that you act like doesn't exist in the game. See, I call it out. And see, I'm unbiased because I also call out black players. See, a lot of people forget. I called out Bailey. I was tough on Bailey. I was tough on Swaggy because I was tough on their character in the game. Once they leave the game, coach, I give everyone a clean slate. Now, if they're a racist in the game, then I charge them to the game. That's not character. That's you. Okay, but if you just played a poor game, that doesn't mean you're a poor person. You see where I'm getting at on this, ladies and gentlemen? I think somewhere along the way, this guy forgot that there's characters in the game and there's people outside the game. And he decided to start ruining real people's lives instead of the character that he remembers them as he's trying to ruin them. Let me go deeper, ladies and gentlemen. And this is going to be the last time I address this guy because, like I said, I took his infinity stone. And clearly he doesn't want the smoke. I was willing to have this great debate I was willing to have this great debate. Bring in all your ABCs. I'll bring in all of my PBCs, pro-black community. I'll bring them in. You bring in your ABCs. We have a huge debate. Whoever wins, the loser can no longer rant again. But see, if that would have been a stipulation, you would have never accepted it. But that lets me know you don't have the confidence to be who you're trying to be because you know you're trying to be me. And at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, like I mentioned, I'm disappointed. You know, I want better for my brothers and sisters. When I speak to your soul the way I did, as a man that's 9 years younger than you, I was talking to your soul, and that's why it made you so emotional. And for you to justify why you hate on black women all the time by saying you don't have one, that was astonishing. You doubled down on it. That was your moment to just shut up and apologize. Ooh. Oh, you notice how no one is reminding this guy he could have just shut up and apologized. That's because black folks don't talk with that type of racist rhetoric, Dave. You see the difference? You see the difference? Y'all tell Swaley to shut up and apologize, okay? But all in all, that's what you should have did today. But you being on this high horse and you being gassed up by all these ABCs, you think you don't need the black folks no more. And see, what people forget, ladies and gentlemen, every YouTuber, especially ones that cover Big Brother, when we first started in this community, all we have is black people. All we have is black people. Now, as time goes by, you know, some people, you know, you might have some subscribers that aren't really active like that, and they become dead subs, as we call them. They don't really tune in all the time. But at the end of the day, if you're a black YouTuber, odds are you started off with a black core fan base. He has thrown that fan base to the wind, all for the trinkets that are given to him by the ABCs, okay? So I want to drive that point home. And you notice, this is yet another rant of me roasting him, and I don't have to mention the F word. I don't have to call him a felon in this rant. See, while all of your fans only want to harp on that because you were very, very, very intelligent and strategic with how you purposely shared my video and only mentioned the aspect of you being a felon in it. You did that on purpose, because if you were to mention everything I said about you, number one, they couldn't fit 140 characters or 280. That couldn't fit, especially if you're quoting a tweet. But on top of that, the ABCs, the anti-black coalition that supports you, they wouldn't have no sympathy for you if you were to run it in. He called me a coon. They'd be like, so that's why we like you. You know that. And that's why you went out of your way to just play victim and say, he's accusing me of something I'm not, guys. He's accusing me of something. Shut your bitch ass up. Let's really call it what it is, coach. You can dish it out, but you can't take it. You need an entire group of people. You need like 100 people all on code together to attack someone at once before you even drop a video. You need to have shit going in your way so well to feel confident in any type of skirmish. Meanwhile, me, I was willing to take on you and your ABCs by myself. And luckily for me, the black community had my back because they knew what I was saying was factual. Now, did I say some things in that rant that may not have been true? Yeah. But that was probably 5% of my rant. The other 95% of me roasting you, that hit you to your core. And that's why your clapback was trash. How do you come back from the fact that you're clearly bashing black people? There's no way you can retort that or rebuttal that like you're not doing it, because we know you are. You're in a corner right now. You chose your side and now you got to stay on it. And I'm just happy that you showed the entire world you're a punk, because you have the opportunity to keep that same energy with me, and you folded like origami. Like origami. And see, it makes me wonder, is it because you don't know who my mother is to insult? Is that why you don't want the smoke? Or you don't know who my lady is to insult? It seems like it has to be a black woman in the equation for you to insult a black man. Oh. Which makes you even more of a beta male, by the way. This motherfucker. I'm gonna sue you because you clapped back at me and I can't come back with any words. Yo, bitch ass. What type of real motherfucker gets dismissed from a felony and wants to include the law in a black community topic, a black community issue? A neighborhood watch ass nigga, a double agent ass motherfucker, a two-faced ass. You the Harvey Dent of this shit, ain't you? You feel me? You was on that tough guy rah-rah shit on Twitch. Today, you had your tail tucked between your legs, coach. What's going on? And we're going to get even deeper. This is just a freestyle intro. That's how you know I know what I'm talking about. And see, the audacity of you to threaten to sue someone that you've been copying their intellectual property for a year now, don't you understand I can countersue? You're copying me. Are you a fucking idiot? But let me get back to the point. Who threatens to sue their fellow brother? Who does that? I think you've been around too many white folks, and now you think you can go into a fucking courtroom like a white person and have your way. Things don't go that way. And in a court of law, let's just say me and you both have to testify. I would be the one who would talk that hot shit. Now, when I say talk that hot shit, I mean, I would be able to talk the King's English faster and better than you ever could. And the people wouldn't even believe you. But besides that, why are you this butthurt about me calling you a sellout? You know what you're doing. Why does this impact you so hard? Why are you so mentally weak? What happened to you in your past with black women? That's what we need to know. Something happened. Because you took your ball home and ran away and never came back on some Sandlot shit. I'm just being honest. All right? Like, I'm just being honest. Now, let's get to the notes. Because this is where I'm going to ether you for good. And this is where I'm going to leave you in the dust. The black community from this point further no longer will fuck with you. This is literally your eulogy right here. So let's get to his eulogy. What would you like to eat? You're on death row. It's your final day. Would you like lunch, breakfast, dinner? I can give you whatever you want, coach. You can have the works. You're going to get the work anyway. Now, as a group, we managed to not only back this guy into a corner where nobody but other coons would support him, but we also managed to create such a huge stir from one video that everybody has a cape out and is damage controlling like I said they would. Puppets dance, puppets dance, puppets dance. There's people asking me for evidence as if I have to prove a damn thing to an anti-black coalition member that supports and promotes an Oreo Sambo. I don't owe you shit. And this goes back to the entitlement and white privilege that some of your subscribers have. To think I have to reply to them and explain myself to them. Who's your source that told you that? If Death Row doesn't have to tell his sources, why I gotta tell you shit? You ain't my sub. What do I owe you? See, y'all don't understand. The more you guys fight so hard for him, you're proving and justifying our point. See, if y'all would have shut the fuck up and let him hold his own nuts like a man, then he could have at least earned a little respect from me. But y'all treat his dude like he a toddler. Like he ain't 9 years older than me. Y'all treat me like I'm the OG and he's a little kid. Stop picking on him, RBR. He's 9 years older than me. What the fuck is going on? That's how I know I'm Thanos. That's how I know I'm Thanos. I got people telling me to stop picking on a motherfucker that's 9 years older. This man was in high school when I was in kindergarten. And y'all telling me to stop picking on him? Man, all y'all some beta males that subscribe to him. Facts. Beta females and beta males. I'm just going to call a spade right now. I've never heard of this in my life. That would be like 21-year-old LeBron James beats a 30-year-old. Well, nah, I don't think Kobe was that much older than him. But let's just say LeBron is 21 and he beats a 30-year-old superstar. And everyone's like, take it easy on him, LeBron. What the bruh, this is my youthful exuberance coming out, coach. Like, what the hell is this shit? So you mean to tell me he doesn't have to take it easy on Swaley, but I need to take it easy on him when he's detrimental to my community, the same community y'all can pick and choose when you want to jump in. Oh, let's enjoy some of their entertainment. Then when some racist shit happens, oh, let's disappear. Yeah, let's talk that hot shit tonight. Let's talk that hot shit tonight. See, I make all of his subs nervous because the more they watch my videos, the more they realize, oh shit, I think we picked the wrong horse in this race. Because all the people that are trying to label me a racist, you do understand that I have white subscribers that actually understand the method to my madness, right? They actually understand the shit that I say. It comes from a point of view that is integral, that is moral, that is honorable. You feel me? And for this man to come from the womb of a black woman and then insult Bailey's mother, and for some of his subscribers to come to me and ask for proof of him calling Bailey a whore and a dirty bitch, and then in the same tweet say, but at the end of the day, she did have sex in 23 days, so that is like a whore. So you want the proof, but you already taking his side before you get it? Isn't that interesting? That shows all of you ABCs are closed-minded, while the people in the RBR community have always been open-minded. So open-minded that I have not shitted on this guy until this moment because I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, the other guy, not so much. And hey, other guy, I don't even know why you're mad. I didn't even really mention you. I mentioned you in passing. I don't know if he ran to you and tried to get you as a recruit or a reinforcement to help him bash me, but it wasn't even that deep, coach. And I heard you deleted a tweet where you were bashing me. You know what I know about you. You really don't want the smoke, coach. And you were really trying to clout chase with those coming out to a homophobe. Oh, you don't think I peeped that? But that's neither here nor there. Thirsty for views, ain't you? So y'all are little, you guys are peas in a pod in a way. No wonder why you defend each other. You're both doing the same shit. Bro, this is hilarious, bro. At the end of the day, I showed my mouthpiece's superiority to the entire community yesterday. That's why they are all focusing on only the felony, even though I had over 20 different things to criticize you for. These are facts. They didn't even focus on the other 19 because they knew them other 19 stinged. So they just focused on that one thing. They could go, he's dismissed. Who cares? That still doesn't take away the point. How are you gonna be a snitch when you almost was locked up? You got lucky. You don't feel blessed to be lucky? You don't feel like you were given a second chance? Why doesn't anyone else with melanin on their skin deserve a second chance? This all goes back to the entitlement. You think only you deserve a second chance. Oh, man. Dog, see, this is how you body somebody 2 days in a row, ladies and gentlemen. And see, he had his opportunity. He had his opportunity. He could have Pusha T'd me. He could have did it. He could have did the story of Adidon. Maybe made it the story of Davidon. I don't know. You see, but you see how clever I am that I came up with that on the fly during a damn rant? You're being outclassed here, bro. I can think of more clever shit on the fly than you can with 30 different people doing a fucking survey and trying to put your brains together to brainstorm something to go against me with. You're outclassed. You're 9 years older. You're past your prime. Now let's continue. I know the live chat's loving this. By the way, I will be taking questions later. Have your questions ready. Your questions could be about anything, ladies and gentlemen. I don't really care. I want the smoke. Now let's continue. So understand, white folks can't check me on me talking to his soul as a black man to another black man. They can't check me talking about him dissing black women, but not white women either. They can't check me at all. And that's exactly why this guy waved his proverbial white flag and began threatening to sue through litigation. Now, let me get this straight. You copy my channel, my intellectual property, and my style. I let that ride for a year. Then you start to coon using my style, and I check you for it, and now you can't take the heat? Where was all that hot shit? You know you can't beat me in a war of words, which goes back to my original point. What is your talent? What is your channel even known for? What have you provided to this community that has never been done before? How are you helping to pave the way for the next black man who wants to cover Big Brother? You can't answer these questions because your talent is based off the high bar I set and you trying to reach it with heavily edited videos. Because you can't go 2 straight hours and hold a conversation because your vocabulary is very limited. You don't even know what your channel is known for because you're constantly trying new stuff that fails and you don't really have anything unique about you outside of the cooning that you partake in this community. Damn. You can't say you've done anything that hasn't been done before because everything you do is a stolen idea from someone else who was popping. But that's not clout chasing. Okay, bro. And you can't say you're paving the way for anyone black because you're going out of your way to justify calling black women names. Just because you got a white woman and you feel that gives you more self-worth. Let's talk about it. See, I don't got to mention the felony 80 times in this to body you. Hell, I went 40 minutes ethering you before I even got to it. So for all your subs that are crying over it, I know that they didn't even watch the video, but they're still defending you. And that's the problem here. Because you went out of your way to only mention that. That way, they didn't have to watch the video and they could just be fake outraged by what they never even heard say. I mean, there's people telling me that I said Faisal and Haley are racist. Did I ever say that last night, ladies and gentlemen? Absolutely not. In fact, I said Faisal was being manipulated. I actually started everything off by saying, I don't think this is all Faisal's fault. You feel me? But you see how they're trying to get Faisal and Haley to turn on Swaley more by all of a sudden making it seem like, oh, well, Swaggy's friends with Dave now, and he told them both of them are racist. How would any of y'all know who I'm friends with? Like, what are y'all talking about, man? I think you guys are grasping at straws. That's what I think. And I think this straw man argument is just created to cause more confusion because y'all don't want to discuss this season of Celebrity Big Brother. And trust me, we're going to get into that soon, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to start this off with this. That way, it's almost like a back-to-back Rant episode where it kicks off right where I left off. And I could just leave it in the past for good after this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Unless, of course, he grows a pair of nuts. That might change things. But I doubt it. But let's continue. Okay? You haven't even dropped a Celebrity Big Brother video on YouTube since the Swaley drama started. So all this denial of you saying this isn't clout chasing is a lie. Because you stopped doing what your channel is supposed to do by default in order to make things more personal. So why, when I make things personal with you, you cry like a bitch? So Swaley and even Bailey's mom aren't off limits. But if I come at you and talk about custody, oh, that's off limits all of a sudden? Ain't that a bitch? So you think women aren't off limits, but you think me criticizing you as a man. And see, here's the thing. I ain't even get deeper. How you gonna raise a black king if you don't even fuck with black people? Answer that question. Let's continue, man. You proved to the entire black community that you're a beta male today. You only shared my video because you wanted support and you wanted to play the victim like you did in Orlando. But see me, I'm relentless, coach. I'm not finna just say, oh, his clapback was weak, I guess I won. No, I'm going for the jugular and I'm taking my infinity stone. I ain't got time to be wasted with y'all. You feel me? Especially when I know that you've been copying me for a year and you keep denying it and your subs keep denying it. And odds are they became a fan of you the moment you started copying me. But that's neither here nor there. So all the people that are hating on me, really, they're hating on someone that they don't even know they truly love because I am the original version of who Death Row wishes he was. So let's continue. And I know how your channel has changed over the years. So I know when you're fronting and when you're being yourself, coach. Anybody with a brain could see that my video rattled you into submission. Last night, you was talking that hot shit when I was asleep. Talking about I'm hiding. Hiding? Hiding from who? Your clapback was trash anyway. What was there to hide from, coach? I'm right here. I'm right here. You the bitch who can't even live stream on YouTube because you scared of my subs in the black Twitter community coming through. So you gotta hide. You the nigga that's hiding from YouTube right now. That way you can do a whole bunch of jump cuts and heavily edit your long live stream, but then fit in 20 minutes of an intro song. Who the fuck heavily edits a live stream and then leaves that dumb shit in the intro? What is wrong with you? You told Swaggy to keep it G, but what's G about threatening to sue somebody just because you sensitive and emotional and you're soft? What's G about that, coach? Answer that. And even if you ain't a felon and got off, you still should be the last nigga trying to involve the law in black community business. That alone makes you a neighborhood watch motherfucker. That alone makes you a double agent. That alone makes you a pariah in this community. But the funny thing is, black people gave you love first, not white folks. And you've thrown us away for the check, for the bag. All the while telling us, money isn't what drives me. Shut your dumb ass up. Anyone who has seen where you came from, your humble beginnings on this YouTube shit, knows that you are driven by money. So once again, intellectually dishonest. Intellectually dishonest. All right? So last night, I already mentioned that. I'm not going to rehash old topics now. So don't think your empty threats mean anything to me. I'm Thanos. I've already defeated you in the court of public opinion in the black community, and that's all that really matters. And that's what's really hurting you inside. You can never come back. You can't come back from this. You really can't. You can't block everybody on Black Twitter. There's no way people are going to forget this moment where you had the chance to apologize to all of us for all of the shit that you've been doing, and you decided not to because you wanted to continue put your foot on Swaggy's throat. And that's from your mouth, all right? You and your anti-black coalition's opinion of me hold no weight because you all claim to love Big Brother, but you all abandon it as soon as we got some elite black players. Oh, you should be covering this as much as I am, brother. But you ain't, brother. Because you don't like this, do you, brother? You should be covering this like I said. We all should be happy about the success. We got 4 black people in the final 5. 4 black people in the final 5. But you ain't been covering this shit at all for the past, 10 days maybe on your channel? So this is uncharted territory for a black superfan to witness, and you're not even chiming in? You're not even celebrating it? Why is that? Because you know your anti-black fan base wouldn't appreciate you celebrating 4 black people at the end. That lets me know you're aware of the microaggressions that you're enabling your fan base to have. That lets me know you're not this ignorant person. You actually do have a little bit of intelligence, not enough to compete with me and think you can win. You know, you're at least smart enough to know that there's levels to this shit, but you're also smart enough to know who these people are that follow you. And you're smart enough to take advantage of their hate and use it and harness it to your advantage. This is crazy, man. But this is all true, ladies and gentlemen. This is all true. I wonder how his fans are going to defend this. They probably won't even watch it and just wait for him to quote my shit again and then just jump off and piggyback off his argument of all of this. But that's neither here nor there. And I'm sure you have a white woman, and I'm sure you having a white woman contributes to your hate towards black women. But what did black women do to you? I know your mama ain't white. What would she think of you dissing another black mother that you don't even know? Is she proud of you being a sellout to your own people? And how are you gonna raise a young black king if you keep trying to distance yourself from black culture? Damn, you tried to throw shade at me saying, you think you're a god. If you were a well-read, conscious brother who knew about our history on this planet as the indigenous people of this earth, AKA black people, you would know that we considered ourselves gods as early as ancient Kemet. You would know that. But you don't even know the history of your own people as you bash your own people, which once again shows you were never the right person to take on this mantle, to have this infinity gauntlet anyway. You were never the person who had the skills, who had the utility to be able to handle the responsibility to hold down your community. You're not built that way. You weren't raised to be built that way, obviously. And that's the truth. That's why you hurting, man. That's why you hurting. Because I'm still talking to your soul. And this ain't emotional. See, when you talk about swaggy, it's so emotional. See, with me, I can read who you are. I've met plenty of you in my lifetime. I met plenty of guys like you, bruh. Plenty. Loudest guy in the room, gets slept off one punch. I've met these guys before, man. You know, believes to work smarter, not harder, but doesn't put in any effort, but then thinks they deserve a raise at the gig. I've met plenty of guys like you before, bro. You meet the description perfectly. 1-to-1 ratio. See, in your attempts to roast me, you still play yourself and expose what little you know about Black history when you do. So let's do a tally, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep score. So you're too scared to debate me on this issue because you'll lose easily. You're too scared to support Black people too much on your channel because you know you'll lose your anti-Black subscribers. And you're too scared to admit a Black woman broke your heart at some point in your life. And that's why you ran to white women and never came back. So you're basically just a scary motherfucker, which explains your clapback being so trash. Now it all makes sense why your tactics with beefs always includes bringing in other people. You never make it a one-on-one fight. You never do. You need people behind you to feel secure in your decision-making. Break them down, Smitty. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. This goes back to my point last night when I called you a follower, not a leader. But why is it okay for you to round up the troops to attack people? But when I get the Black community to jump on code, which never happens, by the way, showing the power that we have together when we come together, ladies and gentlemen, and clap back, it's somehow not fair, or the narrative changes to death row being this child that can't defend himself. Why is that? Huh? Why is it when a whole bunch of Black women hold you accountable for your Black women hate, your Black women hatred, there's a whole bunch of white people caping, he doesn't hate you all, even though I'm not one of you and couldn't possibly understand how he could. I'm going to defend him anyway because I like how he hates you, but I can't reveal that because I'm on code. See, my imitations really, they're on point. They're on point. That's why they're so threatened by me, man. For real, bro. See, I am an example of intellect being a sharp weapon. You can just stab people real quick, and it's like it never happened. If you have the mind for it, if you're sharp enough, you can do it. Now, let's continue. You can't block everybody from Black Twitter like I mentioned before. You need to take this L like a man and quit the excuses. A guy 9 years younger than you bodied you, period, coach, period. Okay? If that happened to me, I wouldn't be like, hey, I need you guys to defend me. No, I would just take the L, coach, and let it rock, let it ride, and keep it moving. See, your homeboy, he knew when to take an L a year ago when I exposed him copying my shit. Still to this day, the highest views he's ever got on a video included the word rant in the title. To this day. And for you to imply that I was clout chasing by clapping back at you, when my highest view of one of my video is somewhere around 30,000, and you think your funky 8K is somehow enough to make me want to clout chase you? Who are you? And mind you, I got 30K off of one video talking nothing but the game. You got 8K not talking the game. So who's the real clout chaser? See how he played himself, coach? Bro, we're going to get into the Celebrity Big Brother real soon. But at the end of the day, I got to set it up this way because I know they're butthurt enough about Tamar shining tonight. So I'm just going to drive that wedge in deeper to y'all right now. Drive it a little deeper. And here's some tea, ladies and gentlemen. I heard you tried to contact the kid with cancer from the charity event. You know, the one Swaggy looked out for and gave him some money. The guy that you're saying never got any money, that kid. I heard that you tried to go to the mother and get her to lie on Swaggy. This is interesting. But she declined your bitch ass. Yeah. And she's a white woman, ladies and gentlemen. A white woman declined your ass. You know what that means? That means a white woman could smell the dusty on your ass from a mile away. She knew what your agenda was, and she didn't want to include her son in on that because she knows cancer should be the main issue. Not this petty shit. It should be making sure more kids, more human beings are cancer free. That should be the thing we're all focused on outside of the game part. But instead, everyone is trying to throw their proverbial weight around. I mean, we got irrelevant former house guests coming out of like a deep slumber. I'm talking alcoholics that ruin their own podcast. You know, such an alcoholic that his own partner on his podcast quit the podcast because he thought he didn't take it seriously enough. These people are trying to call out Swaley. People like this. You know, people from BB15 that also enable more racism. You know, people who are best friends with GM. You know, the person who was kicked out of the event with your dumbass. It all comes back full circle. But let me get back to my point, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get back to my point because I want to drive this point home. I want to drive this point home that this kid with cancer's mother could read what you were trying to do, that you were trying to manipulate her, coach. This is crazy. Showing us all you haven't learned a thing from any of this. You just a sneaky little rat. But shout outs to that mother for realizing that cancer should matter more than this personal vendetta. She declined you because the swaggy she met was a stand-up guy who did look out for her son. You wanted her to lie to fit your narrative, meaning you're probably doing more lying to fit your narrative. Oh, see, once you're exposed, trying to force someone to jump on code, now we have to ask questions. Is everyone doing it? Schloobers? Schloobers? Frying their ass, boy. Boy, y'all picked it with the wrong couple, boy. This is going to be the most legendary back-to-back rant packet of all time. They're going to be like, man, you remember when he dropped those two back-to-back? It was the Drake moment, man. All right, let's continue, okay? Because while I would love to toot my own horn, I need to body you fully and get your infinity stone. Let's continue. She declined you because she knew Swaggy was a stand-up guy. You wanted her to lie to fit your narrative, meaning you're probably doing a lot of things to fit your narrative that we don't know about, but are still unethical. I think she declined you because she knew you were just trying to use her and her son for clout, just like you tried to use the charity event for the same thing. So this once again proves you don't care about anyone with the illness. You care about getting even with Swaggy and getting your channel's views up. Exposed. You've been living in a bubble of self-hate with your delusions of grandeur. These delusions slowly but surely made you lose sight of your reality. After yesterday's rant, you no longer have an infinity stone in the Black community because I took yours from you like Debo snatching a chain. Your reality stone belongs to Thanos now. The Black community no longer claims you. So good luck in the future being good luck in the future being the token Negro who buck dances for clout. If only chasing clout could get you an infinity stone, though, maybe you would have had a chance to get against me from the start. But we both know you are just a Padawan, while I am truly the Jedi Master. See, I didn't get this name Thanos because it was given to me. It was earned. See, I earned the things that I'm called. The Rant God nickname came from the fact that I created the Rant Lane in Big Brother. Okay? What did you create? Not a damn thing. You're a parasite. That's the truth. That's the truth. You feel me? And everyone can see it, coach. But let me just finish this by saying the force is with me. And I forced you to cry uncle like a bitch. Or should I say, Uncle Kevin? With your bitch ass. Boy, mic drop. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and discuss this episode, why don't we? I love this episode, and I know all of the ABC supporting Death Row probably cut this shit off as soon as Tamar won that twist. Let's be honest with ourselves. We can't have nice things. We can't have high viewership when Black people succeed. We can't. You feel me? They give up. I don't like this. Ooh, they salty. And they extra salty that Tamar won the veto that kept Tom they got Tom out the game. They're even more salty about that. And you know they're even more salty about her stumping and doing that dance as he left out. Now, while I will admit that was terrible jury management on her part, Tom wasn't going to give her a vote anyway. If you look at who is left in this game, the only person Tom maybe could have gave Tamar a vote over was maybe Ricky, because Ricky didn't save him and reciprocate that veto play that saved Ricky. But outside of that, she ain't beating Dina head to, well, let me not say she won't beat her. I mean, she won't get Tom's vote over Dina. She won't get Candy's vote over Dina. I mean, she won't get Tom's vote over Candy. She won't get Tom's vote over Lolo. Really, Ricky is the only person she could be at the end of the game with and get Tom's vote. And at the end of the day, let's be real. All of these white men that have been evicted from this game, they were all rooting for Tom at this point. They were all rooting for Tom. Even though Joey Lawrence admitted Tamar's running the game, he even admitted there's a chance that she might lose the game because of jury management. And I think that could have came into play here. And what I'm basically saying to y'all is, if all of the white men that were evicted, as butthurt as they are already for being the first 4 boots of the game, and if you want to include Tony Mooch, first 5 boots of the game, then they could very well vote as a group, as a unit, considering they've all been out of the game the longest. They could have had time to talk on the phone and watch the show together. Like, all of these things come into play, okay? And in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, I think it is highly probable they all would have voted for Tom to win the game, and they still might all vote as a pack for someone. Now, here's the thing. Who would all of these white dudes vote with in a pack? That's the thing. Like, Kato, I think there's no way he votes for Lolo. I think there's no way he votes for Tamar. So the only people Kato would vote for, and I don't think he votes for Ricky. I think Kato only votes for Dina and Candy. You feel me? With Joey, I think he could vote for Dina. Oh my God, Dina. This seems like Dina can't lose. Wait a minute. How does Dina lose this game at the end? Everybody else has done. Well, I guess Candy's the only person who, in theory, could beat. No. I think Candy's the only person who's been strategic enough but hasn't pissed off enough people yet to take votes from Dina. But everyone else, really think about it, ladies and gentlemen. I think Dina gets Tom's vote, Joey's vote, Ryan's vote, John's vote. That's 4 already. She just needs 5 to win the game, right? No. Because it's 11 people. No. Yeah. So it was 9 votes. Yeah. It was initially 12, but Tom left. It's 9 votes. She would need 5. So she would just need 5. Wow. So if you just have 5 white men vote for you, you win the game. Wow. Dina cannot make the final 2. But see, this is why I'm happy that the final 4 HOH, you win it, and then you get to just eliminate 2 people and go at the end with 1 person. Like, I like that. That way you ain't got to, let's go through this final 4 HOH and veto situation. I kind of wish y'all would change this with the actual Big Brother. Well, I don't want to call it actual, because then that takes away from what these great black players are doing in this season. So let me say on a I don't want to say normal either. Let me say on a standardized, I think that's a nicer way of saying it, on a standardized summer season of Big Brother, I would like y'all to do this with the final 4. I think in a way, this is much better than what Survivor tried to do with, like, the mandatory fire making contest. I think this is even better than what Survivor tried to pull off, mainly because I never liked the final 4, how you win HOH and that just means you safe. It don't really mean shit after that if you don't win your veto. And conversely, if you don't win HOH, all you got to do is win veto. So I always felt like people were going out of their way to be like, we don't need HOH because all we need is veto. Now it's like, nah, bruh. Y'all all need this HOH because whoever wins it, you choose your destiny. And see, that's the thing. If you remember correctly, Marissa Jarrett Rigaker, she was the one who won the final competition. I am the one who infamously exposed her knowing all of the answers ahead of time and acting terribly, by the way, during that finale episode, like she didn't know all the answers, but she kept answering them right, and it was one of those memory competitions, if I remember correctly. It was like one of them, like, real awkward competitions in the finale where you got, like, all these different, like, people in the jury doing this, what was it, like a cell phone game or something? I forgot what was happening, but that's irrelevant. But at the end of the day, I just remember Dina she got rid of, wasn't it Ariana Gutierrez and Mark McGrath? I think they were in the final four. She got rid of both of them, went to the end with Ross Matthews. And I remember thinking, like, shouldn't that ruin your social game or ruin your jury management in a way to be the person that has to cut two people? Because that's why I always had the theory that maybe Ross threw it. You know what I'm saying? Because he realized, like, wow, Marissa doesn't really have no blood on her hands, so she needs this blood on her hands now. So it really comes down to Lolo can't compete in this HOH. Tamar, I'm worried for her only from the point of view of, I feel like Tamar has come on strong now, but I feel like everyone is going to target her the most if it is a Ricky HOH. I think everyone's going to throw Tamar under the bus if it's a Ricky HOH, right? But the good news about all of this is Tamar was smart. Why was she smart, ladies and gentlemen? Well, she was, of course, smart because she won 2 competitions tonight. I mean, she cleaned house. You know what I'm saying? Cleaned house, coach. But this is why I say she's a genius, ladies and gentlemen, because for her to win that first competition and then go to the tiebreaker with Ricky and then win that one to outsmart him and just go low, knowing he would go high, that's just something a lot of people, I mean, unless you play Price is Right a lot or watch it a lot, I mean, you probably don't know that you're better off picking a low number in that type of a situation. Now, to a certain extent, I think Ricky could have threw that. Why? I think Ricky knew if he won that veto and didn't use it, he'd lost Tom's vote completely. At least in this situation, he could always tell Tom if he makes the end, hey, it was going to be a 2-1 vote anyway, Tom. Like, you wanted me to ruin my game for the rest of the game just to throw you like a sympathy vote? Come on, man. You know the game is more difficult than that, and I wouldn't be able to get it. Like, so I think he can talk his way out of this a little bit easier than he would have been able to had he have used that veto. But this is why Tamar not using the veto was so damn smart. Because she didn't allow Dina to feel like she was on the bottom with their alliance. See, you have the Dina, Candy, Tamar alliance, which is the power 3 in the game. It's them 3 versus these 2, but Lolo can't compete for HOH. So at the end of the day, these 3 control the game socially. But at the same time, though, if she used that veto on Candy, Dina would have gone up in her place and they still would have sent Tom home. So what would have been the point of making that move just to make it? And doing that move on top of being as successful as she was that night, it could have come off as showboating. And I'd argue that dance she did when Tom got eliminated could have been perceived as showboating as well. So at the end of the day, I definitely believe there's a method to her madness, man. And the thing is, man, like, I think all of these people that think this season is trash, I think Celebrity Big Brother US Season 3 is going to be garbage. And it's going to be truly garbage because they're going to go out of their way to cast a whole bunch of black people like Meta World Peace again. And did y'all see that segment with Ross Matthews? Oh, my God. Talk about awkward and cringy, right? Oh, my God. And they even tried to imply, like, if it wasn't for the whole their cousins part of it, you would have pretty much assumed they were implying that Meta World Peace was homophobic at the end. Because he basically said he was willing to clean up all the shit he didn't want to clean up as soon as Ross Matthews says, can I come if I clean it? Oh, never mind, I'll clean it. So that kind of, I didn't really like that. I think it slowly contributes to all black men are homophobic and all of this toxic masculinity. And I feel like toxic masculinity, that word just doesn't even make any sense to me, okay? You're either a dick or you're not. Don't blame it on masculinity, though. And did you know a gay man came up with that term? How the fuck is a gay dude an expert on masculinity? But that's neither here nor there. But see, I be dropping knowledge. I be dropping low-key gems. And that's what separates me from dude ass. That's why he be looking at me like, yo, man, how do I get like him, B? Like, what book do I need to read? Like you can tell this dude is low-key studying me, bruh. And I saw you in the live chat, bruh. I saw you talk about, you know where I stay. Motherfucker, don't nobody know where you stay, bruh. I've never been subscribed to your channel, bro, but you've been subscribed to mine. Don't act like I'm the one who's following you and watching you and stalking you and obsessed with you and copying you. You're doing that to me. You feel me? You might know where I live. You feel me? That's how obsessed you are with trying to be me and my channel. But I'm done with you, like I said. But let's continue, ladies and gentlemen, because Tamar was definitely the star of tonight's show. I feel like a lot of people are going out of their way to not give her any credit for the game she is playing. She is playing a Godfrey game. She's playing a Davon game. She's playing a Daniel Reyes game. Like she has so many facets to her. I don't even think you can call her game a specific player's game. You got to just from now on say that's the Tamar Braxton gameplay. And that is the most impressive thing here. Because everyone else in this season, besides maybe Tom, who has probably gained his own gameplay from being a bad player, but the way people defend him, you would think he gained his type of gameplay coin from being a good player. But that's neither here nor there. But at the end of the day, Tom, you did save Ricky. You did make this possible for there to be 4 black people at the end out of 5. So I'm not going to bash you on your way out, Tom. At the end of the day, Tom, you pretty much did what I predicted you would do before the game started. I said your best chance at making it far is working with Kato. You ended up working with Kato. I didn't expect y'all to work with Tony Mooch. I always thought Tony Mooch was there to be a mole in a different way to help Dina reach the end. But for the most part, I've been spot on by a lot of my predictions for the most part about who would align with who, you know. And I even thought Ricky would work with Tom and Kato. And at one point they did have a thing, but Tom ruined it. Then Tom tried to bring it back only because Kato was gone. And see, that's the real hard part about all of this. Imagine if Tom was smart enough to just put Lolo and Eva on the block when he still had Kato and then brought Ricky in. The 3 of them could have steamrolled. But that would have kind of been a standard season of the game. How many times do people complain about the boys always dominate? I'm tired of boys' alliances. Now we have a women's alliance that dominated. Then they got destroyed. Now we have another women's alliance sprout with one of the women that was in that former alliance that was playing them in the Dream Team, playing them in the Four Tops. You know, hell, she was playing Candy back in the Four Tops. But at the end of the day, that's my point. Tamar has pivoted the most out of anyone in this game. And I'd argue Tamar has worked with the most people in this. Well, hold on. She's worked with Candy, Dina, Lolo, Ricky, Eva, Ryan, Joey. Yeah, Tamar has worked with the most people in this game so far. She's worked with 7 out of the 12. Well, 7 out of the 11. If my calculations are correct, she has worked with 7 out of 11. No one else has worked with that many people in the game. Nobody else. And I'd argue last week Candy worked with Tom. I can't give her credit for that. Candy, you get credit for that. I'm not going to do that to you. So at the end of the day, yeah, I think she's worked with the most people in this game. She's pivoted the most. So why isn't she being covered the most? Why isn't she being on these thumbnails as much as Tom Green is with all these channels? Why isn't she being propped up by more people as being funny? I think she's more funny than Tom because we don't expect her to be. But people are laughing at Tom's jokes and some of them weren't even funny. They're just laughing at like, I expected it to be funny, so I'm laughing ahead of time. Like, it's almost like y'all got preloaded draft tweets ready to say Tom was so funny in that segment. That's how some of y'all seem, man. I'm just being honest, okay? I'm just being honest. But at the end of the day, though, this Final 5 is very interesting to me. What I'm hoping for, though, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping Dina leaves in the Final 5. And the reason why I say that, ladies and gentlemen, I just don't want Dina to have a chance to win this game, man. Like she just started playing the game a couple of weeks. Now, I know some people go, well, Candy wasn't really playing the game that hard until right before Dina started playing. I get that part. But Candy was on the block way more than Dina was. Candy wasn't being protected by production and never be on the block at some points in this game. You see where I'm getting at? And Candy, she manipulated Tom to make a move that was in his best interest if things go his way, and in his worst interest if things don't go his way. And at the end of the day, they didn't go his way, so it was in his worst interest. But at the same time, though, I am excited, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I don't see why so many people are so mad about this season. I'm loving what's going on. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I think we should get to questions because it's only 5 people left. Lolo can't compete for HOH. She pretty much, her only strategy right now is win veto. Ricky's only strategy right now is I have to win HOH to protect Lolo. Whereas Tamar, Candy, and Dina, they still have a chance to still get out of this week, even if Ricky wins HOH. Because this is what I think. If Ricky wins HOH and he nominates, what I think Ricky will do if he wins HOH, I think he will nominate Candy and Tamar. Why Candy and Tamar? Now I know a lot of people will think, oh, it's because he got a white woman. I don't think that's gonna come into play in his mind. I think he's looking at this as chess, okay? Especially at this late stage of the game. I think Ricky's looking at this as chess, and he thinks at the end of the day, what could ruin me and Lolo's chances of making Final Four? If someone who I don't put up wins veto and takes someone off and forces me to throw Lolo up, then we're fucked because those two people vote Lolo out. So he has to throw Tamar and Candy up if he wins HOH, ladies and gentlemen. He has to, because at the end of the day, Dina is not expected to win a comp before Candy and Tamar, okay? So that's the crazy thing, though, because if Dina somehow pulls out this veto win, she has a legit case at deserving the win. That's the scary part. Because if you can compete in veto against Lolo and Ricky, both knowing it's do or die, I'm talking former pro. Well, I guess Lolo wasn't a pro athlete per se, but we're talking about real athletes here that know when to flip a switch, right? If Dina can somehow pull this off, man, they go to the Final Four. That would mean Lolo's gone. And then you got Ricky, Tamar, Candy, and Dina. Now we got to start asking ourselves, who takes who to the end? Who would Dina take? That's a great question. I think she has to know Candy is her biggest threat. I think she has to know Tamar is the opposite of her. And the only way you can win the game when you haven't done enough is to appear like the nicer option, right? That's how Marissa Jared Rigaker won, right? So at the end of the day, I think if she sit next to Candy, I think Candy has the same argument, but Candy can also say, hey, I've been on the block more than anyone else. And actually, that's why I was happy with Candy saying that during tonight's episode. That was almost like a pre-Final Two speech. Did y'all peep that as well? You feel me? So there are a lot of things I noticed during tonight's episode. But because I was running late from work, ladies and gentlemen, even though I did start this like 30 minutes late, sorry about that. At the end of the day, I tried to rewind and watch as much as the episode I could, skip commercials and stuff like that, gather a few notes. But at the end of the day, yeah, I think we're ready to answer questions, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm ready to hear y'all thoughts, man. I'm on my way to the live chat right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping, man. I want to hear what y'all think. Yeah, I think we're ready to answer questions, ladies and gentlemen. So damn, that was immediate, coach. Oh, snap. Shout outs to Shout outs to I appreciate that. She sends in a donation saying, Dave, you're the best. I can't text, but can hear the rant. Thanks, I truly appreciate it. The Mighty Mod came through with a very nice donation. I truly appreciate that on this Friday night. The live chat is booming right now. It's booming and bunking. You feel it, dig me? Yeah, I saw that shout out immediately, Ghost. I mean, not a shout out. I saw the donation immediately, Ghost. I'm sorry about that. We got a question from Miss Deborah Cuthbertson. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Dave, who wins if Candy and Dina go to Final Two? Unfortunately, Miss Deb, I think she gets Danielle Reyes. And what I mean by that is, I think she loses to someone that should have never beat her, but by circumstance and by the fact that, and see, this is what I mean by Danielle Reyes. This is a jury that can go home, talk amongst themselves, develop an opinion, stick to that as a united front, vote on code, and the black woman doesn't win, okay? And at the end of the day, I can't drive this point home enough. If the 5 white men, and I'm including Tom in the 5, because remember, Tony Mooch, he doesn't get a vote. If the 5 white men all vote for Dina, Candy can't win. And I think no one from those white men vote for Candy. I don't know who possibly. Candy stayed over John. John doesn't vote for her. He looks at her as a pawn, probably. And at the end of the day, he has a certain personal connection with Dina. He's going to want to reward her with that because they probably have some preseason deal to split the money anyway. But that's neither here nor there. I had to do it. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, yeah, I think Candy's best chance is with Tamar. I think if Candy is sitting there with Tamar, I think Tamar gets robbed. And I think, and I don't think it's like a huge rob job if Candy beats Tamar, but the gameplay that Tamar played to allow Candy to stay in the game to get her footing, I don't think you can reward Candy over Tamar. I think you can reward Candy over Ricky. I think you can reward Candy over Lolo. I think you can even, but I just don't think it's ethical to reward Candy over Tamar. I just think that's not the right thing to do. I think every season you want your winner to be the person who represented what the season was about. And Tamar is this season. Like Tamar, look, did y'all see the wink Omarosa gave Tamar last night? Okay? At the end of the day, Omarosa sees Tamar and she goes, yeah, keep doing your thing, girl. She sees it. Tamar learned from Omarosa's mistakes, from all of the things that screwed Omarosa in the game. Tamar was in so hard to predict. Production didn't even know what side she was on some days. She acted sick some days just so people wouldn't target her in this double. I mean, she plays asleep all the time. She's always watching people. She always has a slick reaction to people when they do stuff, but they never notice her facial expression. But we see it on the feeds real quickly, and they don't ever see. I mean, I still can't believe she got away with saying that Becky line to Natalie. I can't believe she got away with that, man. Oh, and I haven't spoken on Eva's game at all tonight. But then again, I guess yesterday's rant was about Eva's game, right? I set you guys up for this. So, yeah, I guess we don't have to talk about her. But anyway, let's take another question, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I did a great job of answering that question. Dead Walk asked the question, with the obvious buck dancing that Tamar was doing, do you think this sealed her fate with the audience and potentially the jury? Tom already gave Lolo his nom for final 2. What you think? Yeah, I find it interesting that Tom is rooting for Lolo. I think that is strictly out of him being butthurt that Ricky didn't save him, that Tamar shitted on him. But I feel like Tom should want to reward Candy, though. I feel like Candy, when everyone treated him like he says was uncalled for, Candy, even more so than Dina, showed him and Kato a certain level of humanity. Like she showed them a certain level of love in the game, you know, to just be around them. She even risked her own social game with Lolo and Eva and Ricky to do so, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like, Tom, she was on the block next to you. This ain't her fault. Why do you think Lolo deserves this win? Lolo not the story of this season to me. In my opinion, it's Tamar. Tamar fought with Lolo. But Tamar always kept that uploaded in her brain. Okay, that's how Lolo feel about me. You feel what I'm saying? Like Tamar never, but she also, and she got into another fight with her off the feeds that we never really got to see because they kept it out of the edit. But they admitted on the feeds that a fight even happened. So that's how I know it happened. But that's why I would love to go back and see that fight, to see what happened that night. And for all the people that don't know when that happened, that was before, when did that happen? I think that was right before, not the Blindside episode. That was right before a live eviction episode. I can't remember what happened, but no, that was when she flipped the vote and got Joey Lawrence out. That was right. Yeah, that was Tom's first HOH. Yeah, that's when they had their fight. Yeah. But I think the dancing that she participated in will not be taken very well. I think a lot of players that are already out this game saw that. They were already standing Tom. A lot of fans were already standing Tom. And I think that dance may have also costed Tamar the AFP. Because I think if she doesn't do that dance and just plays it cool, Tom goes, she gets an extra 2 episodes to be entertaining without Tom there to show that she was the real person carrying the entertainment value all along. I think everyone votes for AFP in a landslide. Now, do I think she could still win it? Yes, because she has the highest social media follower count. So it's very probable she will win that just like she won the twist. We ain't gonna go, Coach. We gonna have that hashtag popping, And the way we jumped on Cole with that shit too. And I hope we carry that to BB21 because we were holding conversations about fucking cotton swabs, and we were talking about Tamar should get that twist though. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that, bruh. I like that. You know what I'm saying? That publicist shit. Like I liked how we kept going out of our way to mention the damn hashtag in every single thing we said. You feel me? We outsmarted the white folks with that. We outsmarted the casuals, definitely. You feel me? So this is good, man. I like seeing us support our own people, man. I love it. And while some people try to make it seem like we're being somehow racist towards white players for celebrating the success of black players that never get success in the game, I mean, you just got to ignore those people and realize, look, man, we know why they're mad. We know. And we also know in other seasons when we're mad, they're the ones looking at us like, oh, look at you, mad at the game. Tyler is playing such an interesting game. You must not appreciate gameplay if you don't like him and Casey, bro. You feel me? Now I'm flipping that on y'all. If y'all appreciate Tom, but don't appreciate the subtle nuances of the shit that Tamar pulls off. I mean, how many people you know in Big Brother history that can wear shades all the time during a live show? Tamar can. And she could still get every answer right. I mean, she's a savage, man. She's a savage. But yes, I am worried for her chances at the end of the game, Coach. I am very, very worried. I think most likely she will lose the game in the end, but I think she could still win AFP even if she's robbed. But that's why we have to hope she's sitting at the end with someone like Ricky Williams. Because I think if she's sitting at the end with Ricky or even Lolo, now it becomes interesting. Because you can't just hold a grudge with Tamar for blowing up because Lolo's done it. But at the same time, when it comes to Ricky, some could argue maybe he didn't play hard enough for them to see. And I definitely don't think the John Bennett's of the world like the fact that Ricky got him out. So I could see him voting against Ricky and for Tamar just to say fuck Ricky. I could see Tom voting against Ricky, even for Tamar, even though she danced, just because Ricky didn't reciprocate that. And I think by him not reciprocating that show of good faith there, I think Tom is going to put it in his mind that I was always right about Ricky. So I wouldn't be shocked if Ricky never is considered for a vote. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I think it would be very interesting. I think she has a chance to beat Lolo. She has a chance to beat Candy, but I don't know. I think Candy could sneak that. Dina, I don't think Tamar has a chance in hell. I don't think anyone has a chance in hell. I think everyone should look at Dina and go, bruh, look. It's too many white motherfuckers on this jury. Hey, is it racist if you just say that though? Hey man, it's way too much white folks on this. Like I can imagine Tamar saying that. On the Lolo, like on the Lolo, she would be like, "Hey Lolo, on the Lolo, it's way too many white folks that do. Hey, she gotta go." Like I can see that though. Like I could see that. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I think if we did have Ricky, Tamar, Candy, and Lolo, all black Final Four, even if Lolo has self-hate. Even and by the way, Lolo, I didn't appreciate you throwing Candy on the block. It should have been Dina. I forgot to mention that. You should have threw Dina up. That was the move that made sense. She was the one that almost beat you in that competition. You should have threw her up there. Okay? But something tells me Eva holding her little grudge with Candy, which goes back to Tom telling Candy, oh, Natalie is your Ricky. And see, that confirms that it's true. Because when Eva leaves the game, now all of a sudden Lolo wants to throw a Candy. Now, maybe Lolo thought she's been the MVP pawn of the season. I won't get much blood on my hands for throwing her up. But I just thought it was a self-hate. I thought it was a self-hate sucker move. That's what I thought. You got to throw up Dina next to Tom because they've been working with each other longer than Candy and Tom. Just because Candy was connected to the move that got out Eva does not mean Candy should be sitting next to Tom. Okay? But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Lolo's just weird to me. She's just weird, man. Yeah, I agree, Deborah. I don't understand that move myself, man. You know what I'm saying? C Queen says those white men and women's alliance ain't picking messy boots. No wins, Ricky over Tamar. Yeah, I agree. I think Tamar could definitely knock out, beat Ricky at the end. I think she definitely could. And I think Ricky's speech, I think it could be taken the wrong way. I'm a healer. I have done everything in my power to heal each and every one of you in different ways. And the way I approach this game, you know, I could see that speech not going over well. It's like, you was part of a lot more bullshit. You wasn't just healing. I can see people, especially Tom, taking a few exception to that. And we need to pay attention to that during the finale, by the way, when they ask questions. If Tom has a question and it's a little too spicy, we gonna know he picked that question and actually wrote it down himself. Because usually that shit is preset. And it's usually some vanilla questions. Some shit you would hear from Ryan Seacrest or some shit. But no, let me stop. But yeah, let's see if we got some more questions, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, C Queen asked the question, did anyone watch Eva on feeds last night? Pissed at Candy so much. She lost it, saying she hates the Southern food Candy makes with all that MSG. Tamar was ready to expose her. Like, tell us more, Becky. Damn, I did not know this. But I did hear that Eva was starting to get a little spicy. I did hear about that. And if you all remember the shit that Joey was blowing completely out of proportion with Candy, he was trying to throw Candy's game under the bus with a lot of people by saying, oh, she washes the chicken in the sink. That is so nasty. She's trying to get us all sick. Come on, you can't do that. You know, he was really blowing that shit out of proportion. I was like, okay, bro, we get it. You know, she won't do it again. Leave it alone. You know, he just kept driving it home. And see, that's why I don't think Joey votes for Candy. I think, I don't know about that. I don't know. You feel me? I just don't know. But yeah, that is interesting that Eva got that petty. I think Eva saw the writing on the wall. And on today's episode, I thought it was very bizarre because Tamar wanted Eva out from the start. She didn't want to keep her over Lolo, coach. She didn't. You feel it, Demi? Because they all recognized her as the person who is the quintessential winner. Why? Because she looks like the standard winner. You feel me? The white girl who hasn't really harmed anyone. That usually is the winner in most seasons. If she's at the end. I mean, I'm just being honest. The Jordan archetype. Now, I'm not saying Eva is Jordan because she clearly has more in her locker than Jordan did. But at the same time, though, she also benefits from some of the same privileges as Jordan did. Let's talk about it. But I'm starting to like that. Let's talk about it shit. I'm starting to like it. Shout out to MGK. But yeah, so Eva, yeah, she was petty. She was petty boots. She was definitely petty boots. After the success of this is from Brother Curtis Howard, by the way. After the success of Celebrity Big Brother US2, do you think we will see more African-American players in BB21? Now, by more, do you mean more than the 4 we have right now? No. They will never give us more than 1/4 of the cast. Never. And usually we get about 16 to 14 players. So I don't think they'll ever give us over 1/4. I think what they'll give us is 2 black people this coming season. And I think they'll make sure one of them is a gay man. I think they're going to revert back to it because they're like, whoa, wait a minute. We need to put a gay dude into this. Everything was going well for white men when we had a gay dude to jump on code. Let me stop. Let me not do that. I'm just being honest though. Usually when gay black men specifically play Big Brother, they kind of come into the game and make a lot of dumb decisions that side immediately with white privilege. I'm just saying, look at Ramses, look at Lawan, okay? You feel me? I'm just saying, it usually happens that way. And it's almost like they're picked because of that self-hate. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to go that deep. Oh, Josh too. But I don't really think Josh is gay. I just think maybe he just grew up around a lot of women, and he might just like there's some people that give off those moist tendencies, but they ain't really moist. I don't really think he's moist like that. You know what I'm saying? I just think he's highly emotional, but I'm not gonna get all personal with nobody. I'm just telling it like it is. Lawan was just dumb. But yeah, you're right there, Walt. Maybe he ain't. I don't know. I just don't want to say the dude is gay if he gay. I just feel like these days everyone wants to sue you for anything. I agree, Cinnamon Complex. CC, they do pick specific people to fulfill specific agendas when it comes to our community. But with the other community, because they get way more people in the pool to choose from, because they know they're going to put more people on the cast, they always allow these different archetypes to have room for growth. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's why this season is so great. And that's why I want to keep driving the point home that we need to enjoy this. Why, last, ladies and gentlemen, we only going to have 2 more episodes of this season. This is bittersweet. Because I guarantee y'all, man, after this season's over, man, we're going to be like, yo, we never going to have nothing like that ever again. Like, I truly believe all the future white players, they're going to have all of them in sequester watch this season so they all jump on code against the black players. Oh, anytime you see them beefing since week 1, understand they're lying to us. They really do like each other. There really is cool. And it's going to be like, bro, chill. They're strangers this time. But see, that's what's going to come of letting these motherfuckers watch this season as a question. They're all going to get on code and go, these black folks, they getting good. Not going to be on my season. And see, I could see that happening. Coach. I could see it. You feel me? But yeah, leave my Lawan alone. Yeah, I ain't gonna shit on Lawan no more. I ain't gonna shit. Oh yeah, Marcellus, he definitely threw his game away for white privilege. I'm just saying that made no sense, coach. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither. I mean, when you really break it down, I mean, and then you got Bo from BB6. What did he do in the entire game? I mean, he did win an HOH, but I still can't remember what he really did because Yvette was more masculine than him. But that's neither here nor there. Scalding. Well, all right, we got some more questions, y'all. We got some more questions, man. Taylor Mays asked the question, did you see Julie low-key trying to instigate an Eva's exit interview after Eva said she was rooting for everyone in her room, and then Julie said she thought Eva was only rooting for Lolo? Yeah, I think that was Julie on the low trying to tell Eva, Tamar been playing you this entire time. And I think she also was trying to tell her, don't vote for anyone that has too much pigmentation on their skin. Lolo, she's got some self-hate. Go for her. I think Julie was low-key using a little bit of microaggressions. I think she was. Sad, but I think she was, yo. Like, for real. Yeah, Ramsey's with that I'm not black shit. Ooh, he ruined himself just like Death Row, didn't he, with that shit? I'm not black, I'm Dominican. I remember I was one of the first people to say, what the fuck? Matter of fact, that was my first ever rant, wasn't it? Damn. Time flies by. Are black men being blackballed by Big Brother? That all started because I read Ramsey's fucking bio on CBS.com. I couldn't help myself, bro. And this is why I couldn't help myself with this other cat, bruh. Like when I see people out of pocket, I'm like, nah, bruh. There's other ways to get the job done. You feel me? All right, let's get another question. Sir Miles Cage Jr. asked the question, how can one of the black players win the game? And who are you rooting for specifically, Dave? Well, we've already pretty much spoken on this kind of. At the end of the day, Ricky, he's in a tough situation. I don't think after him not giving at least Tom that vote, I don't think Ricky has a chance. And I think this kind of coincides with Tony Mooch saying Ricky didn't have a chance. And see, we also got to take into account Tony Mooch is probably still in contact with all the rest of these white men that have been evicted. Tony Mooch probably knows they all hate Ricky because they all supported Tom, right? So that may have been Tony Mooch just letting us know ahead of time, Ricky, he's a lost cause. So maybe Tamar, maybe she takes Ricky to the end. Maybe that's the play. I think that's the smartest play because I think all the other plays are a little too scary for Tamar's game. I think it's too scary. And I think her losing to Candy, oh, man. I mean, it would be good to see both sisters at the end, though. I would love to see that, and I feel like, being a runner-up and getting AFP, Candy wins the game. I think everyone's happy in the end, but I think Tamar would feel like, damn, all the gameplay, all the stuff I did to indirectly protect Candy and she beat me in the end. Fuck. Like, I know that would probably sting her a little bit, but you know what? That's the final two I'm rooting for, ladies and gentlemen. I'm rooting to see Candy and Tamar at the end of the game. I think it is the rightful ending to this game. I think at the end of the day, it would be very, very intriguing to see both of their final jury speeches explain their games. I would love to see Candy show these house guests. Well, let's be real. Because these house guests were able to go home, they are seeing the real Candy now as of this week. And they've been watching feeds probably, even though I think some of them are lying, like Tony Mooch. Who else is probably not watching feeds? Well, let me think. I don't think Ryan Lochte's ass is watching feeds. Nah, I think he got someone doing it for him. Hey, so what's the update? I've been swimming. So essentially this happened, that happened, that. Oh, okay, cool. I'm back to my wave pool. Like, I can see him doing it. Damn, I rhymed again. Psh, I can't help myself. All right. But anyway, Oh snap! Oh snap! I got another donation. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. I was in I was in freestyle mode answering questions, yo. Oh man, give give props to who specifically though? Oh, Hell 2. Shout outs to Hell 2. My good sir or my good ma'am with a name like that. I don't want to be a little. I don't want to showcase toxic masculinity by implying you have to be a man. Okay, but thank you for your donation. Thank you to everyone for your donation. I appreciate it. And I go out of my way not to ask for them because I'm not clout chasing and I'm not money hungry. My passion of the game is why I'm here. And my love for you all and your love for me is why I'm here. See, we have a type of relationship these other channels don't have. Okay. After I prove that the live stream game is a smart game to be in if you can handle the pressure of performing live. That's when these other channels started performing live. Before then, oh man, you knew what it was. They were all on this iMovie shit, putting together a whole bunch of clips, you know what I'm saying? All this extra sound effects and stuff, trying to be extra high budget, you know? Like, y'all can tell this is a pop the trunk type deal, you know, pop the trunk podcast type deal, as I would say on my sports podcast. But at the end of the day, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And I'm actually kind of worried about BB Can 7 because BB Can is notoriously known as being better than US in terms of its fairness. But after what happened to brother Andrew Miller and BB Can 6, I feel like they owe us. I feel like Big Brother Canada owes us. Especially with the way Marin was treated, especially with the way Hamza was treated. I mean, they pretty much got pagonged out the game. Okay? So yeah, I feel like we're owed something, BB Can 7. Give us some good people. We want some more Godfreys, ladies and gentlemen. You feel it, dig me? We want some more Ikas. You know, we even want some more Garys. This ain't no homophobia. Gary was unique, and he proved a gay black man can be a fierce competitor, can be feared intellectually, can be unwavering strategically. He proved those things, and it also helps he's like 6'8". I mean, that motherfucker tall as shit. Damn, boy, like, bro, you should be in the damn NBA, boy. Damn, that man tall as hell. But that's neither here nor there. Okay. I'm trying to answer some more questions, ladies and gentlemen. I think everyone's in a good mood tonight, man. It's good to see y'all out here, man. And as you can see, even though the rant started off a certain way, you see me. Am I worried? Am I tripping? This is the standard rant, ladies and gentlemen. Like, it's like nothing ever happened. But I bet you Homeboy's channel, I bet you his videos, he ain't gonna have the same level of, he ain't gonna have the same aura. He ain't gonna have it no more. Because once one, it's like they say in boxing. Once one guy beats you, now everybody wants to cherry pick and fight you. Okay? Now that I've proven how easy of a fight this guy is, someone else might challenge him for the smoke. And that's the scary part. And I think that's why he didn't want to go any deeper. Because if he loses at a catastrophic level to me, his channel is completely done. So he's got to take what he got and run with it. You feel it, dig me? But yeah. So let's answer some more questions, ladies and gentlemen, because fuck that dude. Will you have a guest on the finale rant? Of course, Miss Melody Davis Joyce. I would love to get some former Black alumni in here. You know, who they will be, I'm not sure just yet. But I am going to try my best to ask around. Now, granted, I know the stance that I have taken in all of this, amidst all of this controversy, there might not be people that are volunteering to be on my channel right now. And just understand, if you're not volunteering to be on, I don't take that as a personal shot or nothing. You feel me? I understand. You got to look out for yourself in this political climate of everyone with their fake outrage. So I'm not going to take it personal if I invite you on and you're like, I can't do it. That's not me, y'all. You know, I don't hold grudges with people based off them not wanting to be on my channel. I save that for my rivals. Wait a minute. You actually have to be talented to be my rival. Oh! Man, I'm telling y'all, man. I need to go to Vegas this September, man. Okay, Jolanda E asks the question: do you see how crazy Dina was talking to Candy? Oh, hold on, wait. Oh, dang. Okay. Did you see how crazy Dina was talking to Candy, trying to throw her under the bus to Tom last night? Yeah, I also heard that Tom also walked back a lot of the good things he was saying about Ricky. last night as well. And all of a sudden he was talking like, hey, you guys might have to go ahead and get out Ricky. Like I was hearing a lot of stuff, but to be fair, you know, I was too busy ending someone's credibility on YouTube to pay attention. And at the end of the day, I set you guys up tonight for tonight's rant. So I didn't even feel like I had to go back to feeds because I felt like it was set in stone what the results would be. I mean, the only way I would have went back to feeds is if something happened and someone came to some conclusion where they were going to blindside someone and they wouldn't see it coming during this double or something. But this double wasn't that unpredictable by the way it happened, you know? So, yeah, but I did not see that, Miss Jolanda. I did not see that. And I apologize that I will not be able to provide any further context into what happened because I didn't see it. But I'm not surprised. But this is interesting, though, because I thought Dina was closer to Candy than she was at this point to Tom. You know, they've been talking to each other so much. And you saw Dina today vote Tom out. So I'm confused why that was her gameplay last night in the first place if she was just going to not vote Tom. You know, that's really interesting because I feel like her and Ricky, you could argue both of their best interests would be to keep Tom, get out Candy. Tamar's basically 1 versus 4 in the final 5. They get out Tamar. But the thing is, I don't think anybody would want to risk Tom being in the game any further. Yeah. And it's funny because everyone predicted, oh, it's very probable that Tom, he could pull off a Kevin Martin and he could just win everything. He could win out his way. Wishful thinking, motherfucker. Because at the end of the day, that ain't going to happen. But Tamar, she could. She could have yoked that ass. You villain dig me, coach. You villain dig me. Wait, hold on. Y'all talking about Smiths? Y'all talking about Smiths being petty? Hey. Hold on. Any other questions? Okay, we do got a question from BMG Sims. Good to see you, my good sir. Ask the question, do you think the jury will look more into comp wins than strategy because of their lack of knowledge about the show? No. The reason why I say that is because they don't get sequestered. See, if they got sequestered and had no knowledge of the show, I could agree with that thesis. But because they can go home, we don't know if they're talking to people who have also played the game before and if they are being coached up on why certain moves should impact their vote more. We don't know what's going on. And see, that's why I don't like this whole, since they're celebrities, we don't sequester them. It's only 3 weeks. Why don't you sequester them? You should keep them all in a sequester house and we should all check back in every week. I mean, well, every day. That should be the one thing Celebrity Big Brother has that's different. The fact that you could always have an update, a sequester every episode in the edit. I think that would be ingenious. I don't know why they haven't looked into that. Maybe they feel like if you put all of these huge personalities in sequester, maybe they feel like they could get into, I don't see the negative side of it. The more I talk myself, I don't see no negative side. Yeah, Big Brother, look, you ain't got to pay me. Okay. But I think you guys got some people that watch my rants anyway. I think y'all should look into this. I think it would be good for y'all. And I think it would be good for this show specifically, because I think right now Celebrity Big Brother is proving itself to be the best season because it's not too long. We don't get winded or exhausted by how long the marathon is. This is like a fast sprint, right? And the fast sprint of it all makes it so compelling because you almost are forced to watch the feeds every day because anything can change that affects the episode tomorrow. Whereas a normal season, I mean, it's so much downtime, man. And the amount of notes I have for a normal season is based off said downtime. I have to skim through so much downtime and take note of what I think might play a role later. And then if it doesn't, cross it out. If it does, keep it. You know, it's just a lot more notes. And it's just a lot more stuff to do, a lot more legwork with a longer season. And I think that's why I like it, because I still give you guys the same level of analysis, but because it's less days to have to cover, I can give you guys the same level of analysis at a higher intensity level because of the higher intensity level of the game by how short the actual season is. So I don't know if I answered that question, but I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. But the question was essentially about, since they don't understand the game. Yeah, I think I answered that question. I think I answered it pretty well. Devin Coffee. Oh, shout outs to you, brother. I haven't seen you here before. Good to have a new face on the channel, new face in the live chat. Who do you think and who do you want to win the next HOH? Who I want to win the next HOH is obviously Tamar. I want her to be guaranteed a spot in the Final Four because she can compete for that HOH as well back to back. That's the only back-to-back HOH you can win. So, of course, I want Tamar to win that because I think coming off this double eviction episode, she comes off as the yoker. Everyone's looking at her now that Tom Green is gone. So you're the genius that we didn't know was here. We knew someone was, and Tom was so weird that he played the role to a T and didn't know it. But now we know it was you all along, Tamar. You feel me? And I'd argue Candy is also a genius as well. They're both erudites. I'm just being honest. Miles Case Jr. asked the question, are you surprised how fast some of the house guests picked up on the game since most of them never watched? That's a great question, Miles. I am very shocked. Now, to a certain extent, I always thought Candy and Tamar could have had the inside curve on a lot of people because they're used to reality TV. They're used to the aspect of doing confessionals, coming back and mingling, doing confessionals, coming back and mingling. Difference is, in their reality shows, they usually always have to put on the same outfit and the same makeup for the same confessional over and over for continuity purposes. In this, they can do this outfit for that, this outfit. But I've heard Big Brother sometimes does require you to wear the same stuff for certain situations, especially when they make you come back to do a confessional for a last second add-in into an edit. Sometimes they'll put you in the same outfit that you were in when you were telling the story prior to when you finished the story. So in some cases, it is very similar. But I thought them just having a certain comfort zone with that would allow them to ease into the game faster. And with Tamar having this huge knowledge base of the game, on top of the fact that she had a huge knowledge base of being in reality TV, I felt like she came in here with the Thanos Infinity Stones, and she just had to play her cards right. And at the beginning of the game, I was worried because I thought she was a little too excited. Once she got off that initial excitement of being there, I call it the super fan high. Once she got over that super fan high, that's when we saw her start to will and deal. I mean, the way she pivoted her way, the way she got kicked out of the alliance of the people that she shared a room with, then decided not to leave the room, which I told y'all was ingenious because she still was privy to their conversations at night. And if she would have never stayed in that room, she would have never been brought back into the alliance later after Kato left, right? So at the end of the day, she played this perfectly. I mean, I feel like you cannot knock her game. Okay. And I think it's time these other channels give her the credit she is due. She has earned it. She has earned it. If a white woman played like this, like, let's be real. Vanessa Russo is very overrated, bro. She used a lot of white girl crying techniques, but people talk about her like she was such a good manipulator and strategist, and she controlled the game from a poker playing perspective. Tamar, look, this might be controversial to say, and people gonna say, oh, you're biased because she's black. Tamar a better player than Vanessa Russo. Yeah, I said it. Tamar Braxton is a better Big Brother player than Vanessa Russo. Wait, hold up. Is Vanessa the sister that was... Hold on, which one's the one that went to the end? Which Russo sister is that? Did I get the wrong sister wrong? It is Vanessa, right? Just so I know ahead of time. That is Vanessa Russo, right? Okay, I think I got it right because none of y'all are acting like I said something wrong. Okay, it was Vanessa. Okay. Because I know she had a sister. Oh, no, that was Tiffany. Yeah. Okay, I remember now. Yeah, that was Vanessa. I definitely believe Tamar Braxton is a better player than Vanessa Russo, without a doubt. I say that confidently. And see, remember the way people were deep-throating Vanessa Russo's game? Remember that? They were deep-throating two people that season, Johnny Mac, Vanessa Russo. I was more so on the Austin train because I thought Austin was very smart, how he had a girlfriend and then he had her twin with him, you know, and now both of them are on the challenge. And it's like, what? You feel me? Shit's wild. Shit's wild. You feel me? But yeah, so yeah, it was Vanessa, the white girl crying technique expert. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. That was like her number one thing. Oh my God. Like she would always put a T on the end. It'd be like G-O-D-T. You know, oh my God. Like that was her thing. Oh, shout outs for Miss Jolanda E for the donation. She puts in $19.99 saying, thanks for being awesome, Dave. Thank you for being awesome, for being here. You feel me? I'm sure it hurts this dude to his soul to have all of these people in his live chat, all these melanated people in his live chat having a good time without him on their mind. I'm sure it hurts. It would hurt me. It should hurt any man that has any pride in who he is as a black man. It should hurt him. You feel me? But But yes, I truly appreciate your donation, ma'am. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. I'm willing to answer 3 more questions, ladies and gentlemen. You feel it, dig me? Let's get it popping. You feel me? Let's get it popping. I think brother Christopher asked a question earlier. I might be wrong. Oh, never mind. Oh, so Tyler was cheering for Jonathan to win this game. Production Pet was rooting for Production Pet. And Angela was cheering for Lolo because of the track and field connection. But now Angela says Lolo is too mean and wants Dina to win. So you mean to tell me Tyler and Angela are both rooting for 2 of the biggest production pets that are connected through Mean Girls? That's by design. That's by design. And did you notice the shade they recently threw? They recently tried to throw towards Swaley. Like y'all need to chill. You feel me? It's enough that Tyler's out here is fucking Angela's beard right now. Let me stop. The smoke can come, lifeguard. But let's stop. Let's not be petty, coach. Let's not be petty. I would actually love to see Johnny Bananas on Celebrity Big Brother US Season 3, by the way. I would actually like to see him. Deadwalk asked the question, what seasons constitutes for an All-Star Season 2? I guess the only season that would constitute an all-star season would have to be the summer seasons. Because I think once you start mingling celebrities with regular citizens, I think you have a problem there. Some people could become starstruck, and it would probably be just like having a vet in the game in a way. And the last thing we need is that type of a dynamic where a whole bunch of people just lay on their sword because they're promised something down the road and win Hollywood or something. Like, you don't want that becoming part of the game. But, hey, please save me with the veto. I promise you, if you save me with this veto, the next time that there's a party in Beverly Hills, I will make sure to give you the VIP text chain letter. You feel me? Like, that's the last thing we need in the strategic lexicon. That's the last thing we need, coach. I'm just being honest. All right? I'm just being honest. All right? Sims 3 Reality Central asks the question, since the season is almost over, what do you hope for the future of Big Brother? I hope Allison Grotner, number 1, stops allowing players to just say, I want to talk to the producer, because that's another problem, ladies and gentlemen. Now, luckily for us, they didn't show it in the edit of them asking for the producer. And because they didn't show that, when they show the other house guests that will be playing the next season of BB21 and Sequester, they won't be privy to that they have that right. You know what I mean? So hopefully we don't see that again. And I feel like only a celebrity could have the power to just demand a damn producer anyway. And I think this all goes back to why they don't want to do another all-star season, ladies and gentlemen, because if you remember correctly, when BB7 happened, all of the players threatened to quit all at once if they weren't all accommodated in a certain way. Okay. Big Brother doesn't like it when they don't, well, production doesn't like it when they don't have any leverage. Okay. When they can't just like hold stuff over your head in a way to get you to do what they want. They don't like that. When you have a mind of your own, oh, wait a minute, you're a little dangerous. You feel me? We need to create a random twist to get you out of here. You know what I mean? So that's how it be sometimes. That's how it be, coach. Tom stated that no one will know what he is doing, what no one would know he was going to do, not even production. Yeah, that's a lie, by the way. Well, no, wait. Let me tell you about it. That isn't a lie, because I explained last night on the rant that Tom stayed up. He basically took a nap, woke up like around 1 a.m., locked himself in his room with a whole bunch of food and stuff. He had a whole bunch of trail mix and shit. You know, he was naming off all this crazy stuff, you know, the snack time phase or whatever he called it. And I basically told y'all last night about all of that. So yeah, that's true though. Production didn't know what Tom was going to do. I don't think they knew, because up until that point, Tom was so anti-Ricky to everyone that I think production was even thrown for a loop, ladies and gentlemen. But there is a chance that he let them know what he was going to do, but they told him he can't tell anyone, and that's why he went out of his way to say he wouldn't tell no one anything. So we don't know. Jake Wish asked the question, do you think production will change their strategy for the regular season? Yes. I think they're going to make sure they do some, because see, I think they look at BB20 as a success, ladies and gentlemen. They got their pets to the end, but their alpha pet lost. You feel me? You know, their apex predator threat pet lost. So I expect them to apply the same engineering with the twist, have everything be like back to back to back to back to back, kind of like the care package thing. But this time around, I could see them not giving that huge of a power to their person and giving it to somebody else. That way, maybe it helps that person's case in the end because they weren't given this omega power to make them unstoppable. Because I still believe to this day, that's what also ruined Tyler's game, along with the fact that he treated Bailey like shit and all of her friends jumped on code. You feel it, dig me? You feel it, dig me? Ghost Hunter asks a question. Do you think you work your mods too hard? You funny as shit. You funny. See, this is why I try to scroll up so you don't have to do a lot of work, bro. But you do be doing a hella job, bro. I'm like, real talk, bro. You the man, bro. Chris Lutford asked the question, is Haley and Fessy still together? Look, I have sources telling me that their relationship is on and off all the time, okay? And I also have sources telling me that to a certain extent, they are acting like it's much better than it really is on the surface, okay? Now, I'm not going to go any deeper into that because people are accusing me of calling both of them racist, which I never said. So I'm not going to go any more deeper into that. People want to they want to mix up my words, but the truth is I'm way too calculated of a human being to get my words mixed up. If you mix my words up, it's because you didn't watch and listen. Facts. Facts. All right? So it is what it is. You feel me, coach? You feel me? Y'all remember when that hand touched Helen's ankle to cue her to drop off? Yeah, I remember that. That BB-15 moment. I remember that. I definitely remember that. Let me see if there's any more questions, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone wanted to quit. Well, in BB7, I think if you look it up, there is this rumor that a lot of former players have confirmed that they all threatened to leave. They all threatened to quit the game to get things. And I don't know what exactly they wanted, but it was something that they threatened to all quit to get. Okay. Now, I don't know what it was, but allegedly that's what they did, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why I don't think production is in any rush to create us an all-star season, and when you got people in this community trying to expose former house guests and trying to ruin them, then the limited pool that we already have of Black alumni will become even more limited because of these coon ass niggas. But that's neither here nor there. All right. It is what it is, man. Cohen Wyatt asked the question, do you think Ricky is the best African-American male player? I'm assuming you're asking this based off of U.S. Big Brother, because there's no way. Well, you said African-American, so yes, it has to be U.S. Duh, my fault. Yeah. I'm so used to seeing the word black. When I see African-American, I just don't know. And let me not get into that. But anyway, do you think Ricky is the best African-American player ever? No. No. I mean, well, male player. I think it's between Ricky and Marcellus. Wait. Not Marcellus. Ricky and BB5. Ricky and how did I forget my brother's name? Why did I call him Marcellus? Is it because his name started with an M2? Hey, what's homeboy's name from BB5? Y'all remember who I'm talking about? Marvin Latimer. My bad, brother Marvin. Yeah, it's between Ricky and Marvin, in my opinion. In my opinion, those two brothers, for what they were given, they without a doubt not only exceeded expectations, but displayed themselves to be someone that was very hard to read in their seasons. And Marvin, he was a very smart player from the point of view of there was that huge Four Horsemen alliance that he wasn't included in, which was kind of bullshit how he wasn't included. And he was kind of cool with them a little bit, but he was kind of like low key. Like he realized like I gotta work with these women a bit because these dudes, they just gonna run the game. And and honestly, if it wasn't for Marvin, you know what I'm saying, taking one of the first shots at that men's alliance, I think it's highly probable that that season would have been even more predictable than it was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I really do rate Marvin Latimer as a player. So that's why I put him up there. I still think to this day, Swaggy is a very underrated player. I still think to this day, if he comes into the game and just says, hey, my name is Chris, I think his chances go up exponentially. I think, once again, his name being on his gear, I think it definitely made him an easy target. And see, that's why I kind of, and that's why at the end of the day, I judge Chris's game from the perspective of, I feel like no matter what he did, it didn't matter. They had their mind made up about him, and to a certain extent, that's how they felt about him. That's how they feel about him outside the game as well, right? Like they once they think something about you, you can't take that out of their heads. You know what I'm saying? And that's really the true sadness of his game, because I think from a potential standpoint, Chris was without a doubt preseason the highest potential black man to ever play the game from Big Brother US, without a doubt. But production went out of their way to make sure Caitlyn turned on him, and the rest is history, right? But Caitlyn, she got her karma. Couldn't put together a 4-piece puzzle, dumb bitch. Anyway. But yes, his mouth did fuck him up as well. But I truly believe, though, the Swaggy C nickname made it impossible for those people to ever want to like him. I truly believe that. I think once they just met a guy with a nickname, they said, you know what? We're going to automatically judge you, and we're not going to give you a fair shake. Him and Tyler, they were able to come together, and they were able to create a bond over their fathers. You know what I mean? And for Tyler to be like, I'm hating on you because you got the girl I want, even though the girl don't want me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but see, it is what it is, man. No point crying over spoiled milk. And at the end of the day, this episode is called Something in the Milk, right? I had to figure out a way to bring that title in somehow. But I'll take one more question, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, Kevin technically was black. He was black. I don't know why, but I consider Kevin for some reason Asian. I don't know why I think of him as an Asian. I don't know why. You know what? You do got a point. Kevin is the best black man to ever play Big Brother in the U.S. You're right. BB11 Kevin. I forgot he was black, though. That's my apology. It had nothing to do with him being gay. It had to do with me forgetting he was black. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. You're right, because Kevin did play a fantastic game his season. Fantastic game. Fantastic. He just, at the end of the day, he couldn't beat Jordan Lloyd, right? And the rest was history there. But at the end of the day, I truly believe if things would have gone the way it was supposed to go without the coup d'etat, I think Kevin wins that game. I think he figures out the when to get rid of Jesse Goddard, and he wins that shit. I think it's over. You feel me? So just another example of how a black man got screwed indirectly by a twist. So, okay, Dash Rich Raff asks the final question of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think Ricky lost all the HOHs on purpose so he can win the final HOH? Do you think Ricky lost all the HOH on purpose? No. Because I think Ricky truthfully wanted to win this double HOH if Lolo didn't after Eva left. I don't think he threw that one. I don't think he threw it. There was another HOH. Actually, you might have a point though with the dice HOH, because Tom really folded him in that. I mean, he destroyed him in that one. But yeah, I think Ricky is playing possum a bit. I think after he won that first veto, he realized, oh, everyone knows I'm a huge competitor and I'm a threat. Let me chill out. And it's funny because Tom started almost winning comps to prove to himself he was better than Ricky, right? It's almost like Ricky kind of conned Tom into playing the game Tom expected Ricky to play in a way. So I'm still going to give Ricky credit as the best player. So Ricky is probably the second best player of all time in U.S. history. I'll probably put Marvin third, Kevin first, Swaggy fourth. At this point, I'll probably put it in that order. I think that's a fair order. Yeah, that's a really good order. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. But yeah, so that was the final question, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know. I'm looking back at the chat. Thank you very much to everyone that donated tonight. Thank you very much to everyone that came into this live chat with nothing but positivity tonight. Thank you to all the haters that are watching, that are in the cut right now, that ain't trying to say shit because you don't want to get blocked by a mighty mod. Shout outs to you too. I appreciate the view, coach. Shout outs also to the people who are already blocked because they're coons. Shout outs to you. Shout outs to the ABCs. Don't forget to coin that phrase, ladies and gentlemen. That is a clean phrase that we came up with tonight's rant, actually live. I didn't have that acronym ready until I thought about it and said, oh, anti-black coalition, ABCs. So that's something we can use now to be on code with people. That way they won't even know what we're talking about. You know, it'll kind of be like our own inside joke, like when Tamar was trying to get the publicist twist, and we kind of put those hashtags in on everything. So now when we want to expose somebody for who they are, just call them an ABC and keep it moving, coach. And if they react to it immediately, we know they're a secret fan of this channel. So we'll know they're full of shit anyway. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I am your humble host, Dave Smith. This is Recency Bias Radio, where no one is safe from criticism. And this was the 13th rant, okay? Friday the 13th, huh? Interesting. Something in the milk, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope you all have enjoyed yourself tonight. If you could, please like, share, and subscribe. And on the right side of my channel's page, can you click on that bell? That way you could be here with this lit-ass live chat, please. Because, man, trust me, if you're part of the black community, we welcome you with open arms over here. We don't judge you. You feel it, dig me? Why it sound like I'm Suge Knight? And I'm like, we ain't going to be all up in your videos. Well, I feel like a dissing Puff Daddy right now or some shit. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. I'm finna enjoy my Friday night, all right? I hope y'all do the same. I'm going to be back at y'all for the next final 2 episodes of this season, man. And let's not forget how many great memories we got out of this season. We got that unexpected moment with Tom saved Ricky. I think that's going to be one of the most memorable moments in Feed's history. I think it really is. Because we've still to this day have never seen someone go from such a hard left to a hard right yet. So I truly appreciate all of y'all coming through. Please don't forget once again to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to be back at y'all on the flip side. So y'all be smooth out here, man. And always remember, ain't no shame in rooting for your fellow brother to succeed. You feel it, dig me? I'm outie. Deuces.